Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Paladins lore, where today we will be hearing an excerpt from a magistrate scribe master, detailing his views on the mysterious and fabled race of warriors and heroes known as the Tigron. But before we get into any of that, I just want to announce something incredibly surprising and equally as amazing, and that would be that despite the odds and our lower than average subscriber count, this channel, with the support of each and every single one of you who voted, has officially been nominated for not one, but 2 Crystal Awards. I know, I can hardly believe it myself, and even though we're at a huge disadvantage as far as subscribers and views are concerned, I still have faith in you guys and our collective ability to win this thing. Who knows, if we can actually win this thing, maybe, just maybe, we'll get to see the lore advance in some really exciting new ways. Anyways, pause this video if you have to right now, and go vote for the only option that is, well, so good. Oh, and while I'm at it, here's the mandatory Discord plug. Join us on So Good Central if you like chatting with folk who are like me or the wonderful community that surrounds this channel. We are also in the midst of a Cyberpunk 2077 giveaway as well, and seeing as how the game just got delayed again, you should definitely make sure you hop in there and enter for your chance to win. And as a final side note, this lore video is a little smaller than usual, partially because there's an experimental part 2 currently in the works. And while I won't say much about it now, I will say that it is definitely the most ambitious lore project this channel has ever seen, and I think you guys should all be super excited, because I know I am. With that, let's crack open our dusty old lore tome and see what Scribe Master Sorn of the Magistrate's Archives has to say about everyone's favorite feline fighters, the Tigron. It is relatively well known. The myth says every Tigron has 9 lives, and at first glance, this scholar of lore wouldn't fault someone for believing it. After all, time after time, the realm has been affected by the actions of a few bold Tigron, heroes notable for their skills in battle, sharp senses, and dexterity. However, do not be fooled by the flavored linguistics of these famously flamboyant and boisterous heroes. As to this scholar's eyes, Tigron cannot be observed as having some sort of supernatural extension of life, nor do they have some sort of deity watching over them, ensuring their lives are lived safely. No, the secret of the Tigron's famous existence does not lie in such fabled capabilities, but instead in one soberingly realistic explanation. The Tigron are famous warriors, monks, thieves, and heroes, not because they have access to some 9 lives magical capability or supernatural powers, but simply because, well, for lack of a better word, the Tigron seem to have a death wish of sorts. You see, Tigron are not much like the other races of the realm, and I don't mean that just physically. They are not immortal, they do not have higher fascinations with science or crystal-powered technologies, and they certainly have little interest in political gain for power's sake. Instead of these traditionally normal ambitions, most Tigron hold a separate set of values close to heart. The ideologies of personal glory, a life well lived with few regrets, and a general distaste of traditional authorities and religious institutions comes to mind. Indeed, it would be fair to refer to the individually minded members of the Tigron species as existentialist glory seekers with a penchant for getting into all kinds of trouble. The realm's romanticized vision of the Tigron would seem to stem from the tales of notable heroes and villains such as Tiberius, the famed Tigron blade master of the heavens, and Maeve of Blades, the fabled street urchin turned soldier of fortune. However, in truth, these notable figures are just that, notable figures.
It is heralded as true by most unbiased scholars of the realm that the Tigron known as Tiberius has in fact done most of the seemingly impossible feats he's credited for, partially due to his penchant for bringing along an accredited scribe or two to personally jot down his momentous feats. It is true that he's mastered every blade in the Tigron arsenal, and although several skeptics will point to his frequent usage of only two weapons, those being his chakram and sword, he has been well documented in the usage of daggers, polearms, and martial arts. Likewise, his battle against the Abyss and its champions has also been very well documented, as his frequent skirmishes with abyssal entities has been seen and recorded by large audiences of terrorized citizens watching from the relative safety of their homes. However, while this scholar can confirm that the heavy blade across his back has been confirmed to be composed of some sort of material that has yet to be discovered on this realm, I cannot confirm the claims made by the scholar who traveled with him when he first received the blade. The scholar still swears to this day that Tiberius received the blade from an entity made up of light and fire, but, well, I cannot confirm such an explanation without seeing the blade for myself. Furthermore, the street urchin known as Maeve of Blades is quite frankly little more than a folk tale, a half-Tigron rogue dashing from shadow to shadow in cities across the realm, stealing whatever it is she wants from whoever it is that has it, with a magical overcoat and blades sharper than the teeth of a dragon. It really is preposterous, but it is this scholar's humble yet studied opinion that this rogue known as Maeve does not in fact exist, rather that she's a collection of tall tales and fables made by common peasants to explain that which their unstudied minds cannot, and surely if she does in fact exist, then she could not be acting alone, for no one mortal being is capable of the feats she's been accredited with. Lest I'm to believe one single person infiltrated the magistrate's most secure fortress all on her lonesome and stole from them a magical artifact of untold power. Seems more a tall tale to this scholar. The truth is, the Tigron are just a normal species, the same as us humans, albeit with slightly enhanced natural physical attributes. Their inborn penchant for glory and greater deeds seems to have pulled rose-tinted glasses over the eyes of the people of the realm, fooling the masses into thinking all Tigron are naturally destined for greatness. However, this is simply not the case. They are simply unsatisfied with the safety and mundane comforts of the average citizen, meaning that while a Tigron may not have 9 lives, they will live their one life fiercely enough to accommodate the other 8.
Thanks for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of Paladins Lore. Stay tuned for the part 2 of this lore bit coming soon. And as always, this has been so good, reminding you once again to go out there, subscribe if you're not already, but most importantly, keep on loving good stuff.